back now with Kristen, and we had a great crowd going about that. Just as this song they sang, there was Jesus. We never walk alone, but Jesus is always by our side. Young man I've been knowing for many years, Mr. Jamie Bryant, he's going to come and share his testimony with us this morning, and just show how obedient, how God is, and how He's always with us, no matter how things look in our life. God is always by our sides, and if we don't see Him, all you need to do is stop and look around, and He blesses us each and every day. And like I said, Jamie's got a beautiful testimony that recently happened to him, and he's going to share it with us, and then Brother Charles is going to come back and give us a message that the good Lord has laid on his heart. So, Brother Jamie, if you want to come forward and let us hear your testimony today.
How you doing? Good morning. I got to tell a story before I get to the testimony so you get the point behind it. The 24th of June, I was at work, got to feeling real bad, and I called my wife. I said, look, I don't feel good. Are you working in Emporia today, or are you at Petersburg? She works for the hospital. She said, I'm in Emporia. I said, all right. I said, well, I'm coming up there. I don't feel right. Well, I come on at the farm, went to the house, got my other truck, like a fool already, but anyway, I got my other truck. I went to the hospital, and I remember her helping me into the ER, and I was hurting from my elbow to elbow, burning, couldn't breathe or nothing. Well, they got me in the back down, and they ran some tests, couldn't find nothing wrong. I'm over here hurting. I mean, I'm literally in the floor with tears in my eyes crying. Well, they got me straight, they done some more blood work. Well, I overheard the doctor tell Susan that he's having a massive heart attack. We got the helicopter on the way. So I'm freaking out, you know. And everybody goes to the hospital, they always have good experiences, bad experiences. Well, at the time, I didn't want to be there to start with, but when they said that I was having a heart attack, nurses got to falling out the ceiling right now. I mean, they got to come in from every which direction. Well, there was one girl there, Kim Vick, her husband works at the John Deere place, a good friend of mine, and she basically was teaching me how to breathe again, and she was shoving pills under my tongue, and I was eating beta aspirin and whatnots, and they were putting ice all down between my legs. Susan was wiping my head off because I was sweating like crazy. I remember they said, look, we need to do a scan on him before the helicopter gets here. And I remember the doctor, Ken looked at the other girl by the name of Stephanie, and she said, how long is it going to take to do this? And she said, well, if he would be still 7 minutes, we can have it done. So here we go down the hall. I remember the lights flying by my face. They put me in there, and Stephanie she was on this side of me, kept telling me everything was going to be all right. And they done that procedure. They come flying me back down another hall, and I went in a big room, and a buddy of mine, Jay Ewan, he's one of the head gurus up there at the hospital. He was standing right here. He said, look, buddy, he said, man, if you ever going to have something happen to you, today was the day. He said, the best ER doctor we have is here today, and the best nurses that we have are here today. Well, I'm thinking that he's telling me that to make me feel better, Of course, anything to make me feel better. So I could hear the helicopter in the air coming, and I remember Christina Pope come over there to me, and she said, let me have a prayer with you. She had a prayer with me, and kept rubbing my head, telling me everything was going to be all right. And Ken was on this side, shoving pills and messing my IV. And I remember my wife at the end of the bed. I don't even know who she was talking to, but I call them the helicopter doctors. They come on into the room with their bed and everything, and they got me straight. I remember going on the concrete out to the helicopter. I remember them putting me in the helicopter. I was laying with my head to the pilot seat, and I was looking out the window as we took off. I remember seeing my two kids standing at the corner of the building. I couldn't tell you who else was there. And at the time, I was hurting a little bit, and the little machine was making all the noises and everything. And she packed some more ice around me, and I remember getting in the aisle, and eventually landed in Petersburg. I remember going through the ER doors, and it was a great big black man there with a vest on. And you know how you make eye contact with people, and him and I made eye contact, and another girl was there, and she lives close to us, and she said, "You get to take a helicopter all the way to see me?" And I just kind of blinked at her, and she said, "He's not stopping here. You're taking him straight to the cath lab." Well, we go somewhere in that hospital, and it was a big, bright, stainless steel room, and all these nurses and doctors and stuff were in there, and they all kept telling me, "Man, you're gonna be all right. I promise you, you're gonna be all right." Well, they ran a catheter in right here, and I remember the doctor saying, "That's not the problem." He went back, he's running back in there again to another location. He said, "Ha ha." Well, he busted it open. I had a blockage, and he put 2 stents in it. Well, and all this, it felt like 10 minutes. I'm sure it was hours on hours of this. And I got up to the ICU, and then my wife and my brother come in there to see me and everything. Well, that's the gist of what happened and the reason behind the testimony. Well, the ride from the farm to my house, from back in the farm, is probably a quarter mile off the main road. I drove from there to my house, I took the farm truck to my house to get my goods truck, I called it, to go to town. I remember going down the Low Ground Road, which is arguably 10 miles to the stoplight from the house. As God is my witness here today, I cannot tell you how I got from the stoplight to remembering Susan helping me inside the ER. I got that, so you tell me. All right? Kim Vick, that was one of the good nurses and the doctor that was there that day. She wasn't even supposed to have been at work that day. She was filling in for somebody. She just happened to be there, filling in. The doctor that Jay Ewing told me was the best one that the employer has when he's there. Apparently he don't come but 1 day a month. He was there that day. All right. The helicopter ride, when I told you I was hurting when I got in the helicopter, then everything kind of eased off. It was kind of a peaceful ride once we got straight to the hospital. Well, I was sharing all this with our chemical rep Wednesday, and he told me, he said, he laughed, he said, "I can tell you what that was." I said, "What's that, James?" He said, "It's spray." I said, I believe it's spray. I believe it. He said, "No, you don't understand." He said, "I heard the helicopter taking off when David called me to ask for prayers. I called my pastor. We put you on a prayer chain, and I started getting the return texts on the prayer chain like 3 minutes after I hung up with David." Well, that's about how long I had the pain in the helicopter till everything leveled out. All right. Dr. Thomas, which at the time, he was there for something else. He wasn't even supposed to have been at the hospital today. He was stopping by with his team. He heard the call, he decided to hang that down until I got here to see how bad it was. Well, to tell you how bad it was, the ICU director come in my room, I think it was that Saturday, Susan and I was sitting in there, and, she said, I want to come see our miracle patient, and I kind of grinned at her. She said, you don't understand. She said, you have a 99% blockage in your widowmaker vein, your artery. She said, you had a widowmaker heart attack. She said, you're not supposed to be here. She said, the survival rate of that is less than 12%. She said, God kept you here for a reason. So when I told Kurt about it, and I think I told Craig about it a little bit at the house one day, and they both agreed that I need to share it with somebody, because if that's gonna make you believe in God and prayer, you know, maybe you need to consider something else in your life to get to know it. Because it sure helped me, and I'm walking talking of it. But anyway, I appreciate y'all letting me share it with y'all, and prayer really works. And I mean, you might not think so, when you send them prayer chains and everything, and people get to hooping and hollering on it, it works, because it worked for me, and I'm living proof of it.
Amen.
I appreciate it.